Today we have so much here to unpack. This is going to be a video with some length. We just put out a video on Is Diablo Immortal Dying? Now we knew that the update, the second update of the month, has been postponed. And it's because of this massive update that's coming. Now, is it as massive as I was expecting? I don't know. We're going to go through this right here. I have gone through this myself, but we're going to go through it again. And I'm going to summarize as I go, but again, this is going to be of length. I'll be linking the blog post down below, and the blog post itself is lengthy, as you guys will soon see. All right, so on the Blizzard blog, explore a new piece of Sanctuary in Forgotten Nightmares. So what we're talking about right here is just new content across the board, reworks of things across the board as well, and all of that. So this is going to be taking place on September 27th, which is only 6 days away from right now. And it's actually going to be the 28th for me. So we're talking 7 days from now. Also within that time, you have to remember that you need to complete your battle pass. All right. If you want to get those rewards, if you want to get the cosmetic, complete your battle pass if you haven't yet. Now, there is a video about the Forgotten Nightmares developer update that we're going to start off with right here. So this is how we're going to do it. I'm happy to see that Leviathan is in here, an OG creator for the Diablo series, now working at Blizzard. I consider him a friend as well. Let's tune in here and see what they have to say to start things out. Always looks great.
Hey Diablo Immortal players, we're glad you're here as we take you through some of the details of our next major update. I'm Joe Grubb, lead game designer on Diablo Immortal.
And I'm Steven Stewart, associate game designer.
First, we wanted to recap our commitment to deliver fresh content to you. You can anticipate seeing content updates such as Battle Pass seasons, in-game events, feature updates, and more. For this major update, in addition to new gameplay, features, and in-game events, I'm excited to introduce the Silent Monastery, our first new dungeon. Relive the history of the Zapdom Crusades with a new story quest to guide you, where you'll part the mists of Mountains of Ain to cleanse an ancient temple before its darkness consumes the land. Speaking of darkness, the dungeon introduces a new mechanic around light and dark. You'll need to ignite the temple statues to have a chance against the nightmare hordes. And finally, what's a new dungeon without a terrifying new end boss? Stand toe-to-toe with the soul of the ancient nightmare itself in a multi-stage and environment-changing battle. Are you ready? To get geared up for the formidable challenges ahead, I'll pass it over to Steven to share the latest news on items.
Now I'm going to pause right there for a second because we are going to get deeper into this throughout the blog post. I'm going to give you my thoughts on things, specifically the environments. But let's see what Leviathan has here to say regarding items, and then we'll continue through the blog post.
Over the last couple of months, we have introduced 2 rounds of new legendary items for all classes. And we've enjoyed seeing how players have theory crafted these items into highly effective builds, bolstering their day-to-day combat, Heliquary raids, and dungeon runs. However, for this update, we are incredibly excited to shake things up even further by introducing an entirely new set. There are currently 8 sets in the game that have seen wide use by all players, assuming different roles within their parties and further modifying their preferred playstyle. We believe this new set will only further add to the excitement of hunting upgrades and uncovering new ways to play Immortal. Our new set is called Gloomguide's Prize and focuses primarily on skills that we classify as dashes, essentially your movement skills. When you commit to this set, these movement skills amplify your entrances or escapes from battle in both powerful and unique ways, sowing chaos and destruction with every moment of combat. That's the latest on items. Joe, what's next for Warbands?
This major update also lets you expand your new Warband castle with a new exploration system, where you'll work through 16 rooms of monsters to find valuable heirlooms to buff your Warband against the demons of the Heliquary. Running explorations through the rooms can be done with 2 to 8 members, and if you reach the final room, additional rewards can be gathered from a boss battle.
Love that. Love that.
That wraps it up. Thanks for joining us for this quick update. We'll see you all in Westmarch.
All right. So I mean, this is pretty cool stuff. Big stuff. Groundbreaking stuff? Maybe some of it. Other stuff, not so much. So this is everything that we have to go through. This is our codex for the day. So let's start off with the new dungeon, the Silent Monastery. I like this. And the reason is because they're proving that you don't need a new zone for a new dungeon. Now they're putting second dungeons inside of zones, which means just more dungeon possibilities throughout Diablo Immortal. It's a good thing. Now, what is a highlight of this dungeon? Now, it says, in this new dungeon, players who are level 60 and above can group up parties 2 to 4 to relieve the... Okay, again, still keeping with the, you need 2 to get into the dungeon, 4 to max out the dungeon, level 60 and above. I love the Ancient Nightmare right here, the final boss. But as you saw in the vlog, in the blog video, they spoke of the different interactable environments. They talked about this dungeon being darkness and needing to light up the lamps as you go around. That's cool. Interacting with environment is something that's a bit different. We don't see it everywhere in Immortal, so it's expanding on the capabilities of the engine and of what they have in store for Diablo Immortal, so I like it. Am I over the sun about a new dungeon coming to the game? No, I am excited about a new dungeon coming to the game. I think it's good. It's not like groundbreaking for me, but it's good. I'm happy about it. So I think that's about as far as I need to go with that. Now we talk about the Castle Kryringar. This is essentially going to be our new Warband setup. I don't think that we're even going to have the camp that we had. Like, how many of you actually went to your Warband camp? I didn't really go there that often. It wasn't a regular place that I would visit. So, yeah, we just didn't do that very much. But Warbands now, as we saw, Wyatt put out a little post the other day kind of teasing this a little bit. And, well, it kind of came out of the bag at that point in time. So we spoke about it on the channel then, and we'll revisit it now. You're going to be able to go with 4 or 8 people for your Warband activities. So you no longer are going to need the 8 that we needed in the past. Just like how they switched things up with the running dungeons from 2 to 4 or from 4 to 2. Now this is going to be from 8 to 4. Or you could go with 8 for extra rewards. The requirement to slay monsters with your Warband to establish the camp has been removed. We've lowered the threshold for Warband Heliquary raids from 8 to 4. That's excellent. You can get the extra rewards if you do more than that. Successfully completing a Warband Heliquary raid for the first time will now grant Warband members an additional 400% drop rate increase for sealed Warband chests. The bonus resets every 7 days. You gotta be level 20. You gotta go through the steps of being in the Warband. That's it. They're bettering Warbands. And in my last video where I talked about this in a little bit less in depth, people in the chat, the comments were saying, who cares about Warbands? Get them out of the game. But Blizzard has a vision for them. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's PvP related. I don't know. But there is a vision for Warbands. Now, purge the depths of Castle Kryringar, or however you pronounce it. All right, this is going to be another event that's going to be inside of the game. So let me just read this out with you guys. Upon arriving at the castle, your Warband will realize that there's still some unwanted occupants. So this is a cool mode. You have to crush, incinerate, eviscerate your way through the rooms of undead threats. You'll come across restless spirits that are bound to rot here for all of eternity. It's up to you to set them free. By first defeating them, severing the communication with their tormented vessel, and then cleansing their remnants. Each is going to give you bonuses. You can traverse the randomized dark underbelly of the castle alone or up with up to 7 Warband members. All right, so this is another event that's coming for Warbands exclusively. I feel like I have to get my hands on it to be able to feel it, to see what it's actually like. It's like you're going to be going into a room or into a map or into a dungeon and really just kind of kill everything, which sounds like a regular dungeon. I'm probably very wrong on how this plays out. But like I said, I have to I have to play it out. But along with this, we have room management. Notice we have all of these different buffs. Resurrect fallen allies 15% faster. Damage done increased by 3.5%. Critical hits increased attack speed of nearby allies 2.5%. And it goes on. You, the Warband leader, assuming that's you since you're watching the video, can assign these buffs to different people inside of your Warband, which is epic. And that's when these are going to become available once you've cleared everything. Warband rooms can be upgraded by placing remnants received from purging the depths of the castle. Doing so will provide the receptive room with additional bonuses. So I'm assuming these bonuses that we see can be increased as we go through. Now, it gets even better with Warbands. Honestly, that doesn't excite me too much. It's a cool another thing to do inside of the game, yes, but it's not my favorite. This Defense of the Castle, Cyranger, is the awesome one. Do you remember Gears of War? You remember in Gears of War how there was Horde mode? This is essentially that. All right, so there's two modes here. You have the standard mode, can be played once per week. In the mode, players must withstand 8 waves of bloodthirsty demons. If your warband successfully staves off the hellspawn, you'll receive rewards and experience for holding the line firm. Honestly, that doesn't seem too hard. At our level, at my warband's level, I think we could do this, no issue. It stinks that it's once a week, but that's because it's reward focused. The rewards that you get are aligned with completing that. Now, the Endless mode is one of the more exciting things that I see within this update altogether. Endless mode can be played at any time. In this mode, Warbands will receive a score based on how many heavy hitting waves of demons that they can survive. This mode has an accompanying leaderboard so you can see how your Warband stacks up to others. So this is like challenge rifts with Warband leaderboards. I like it. You're going to be able to receive a defense frame, portrait frame for your tenacity. So if you do well, you'll get yourself a cosmetic for your portrait up in the top left. Love that. Really happy that we have that endless mode coming. Defense of the castle is going to be big. It's going to be something to do for Warbands. Now, hopefully there's more than that for Warbands in the future, but for now, steps are being taken in the right direction. Now we have Ancestral Weapons. All right. We're talking still more about Warband related stuff because purging the depths of the castle and defending the assault yield valuable rewards. While participating in the modes, you'll have a chance to find ancestral weapons. To harness the power of these weapons, you can place them in the ancestral tableau located in the heart of the castle. Each Warband member can only place one weapon into the tableau. So this seems like how it used to be where you had the Warband chest and you could share weapons and things like that. It seems like a rework of that, right? Bonus attributes, you can also call upon special powers from the Warband's weapons while donning invocational gear. This is going to be cool to play with as well. Again, I'm not a guy that reads through this because I think this is a little bit vague and has a clear understanding of how it works. I'm going to have to get my hands on it, see how it works, but it is another system. So we got a little something flying around in here. Another system that's going to be able to get you weapons that you're going to be able to attain because of being in the Warband that can just get you stronger throughout the game. So for example, your weapons may provide the following properties: dealing lightning damage to surrounding enemies. I like that. Or chance to trigger your ancestral property when you deal damage. Chance to deal lightning damage to surrounding enemies when you deal damage. So it's going to be cool to see what other elements are added to these. I'm cool with lightning. I'd prefer fire. My wizard's all about fire. Now, we have the battle pass. Of course, I mentioned it in the beginning. If you have not finished up your battle pass, we have about 6-7 days to do that. I actually slowed down on my play a little bit. I went more on the daily grind to complete everything rather than the 3, 4, 5, 6 hour gameplay sessions. So I'm playing more to 1 to 2 hours a day rather than the 4 to 5 that I was, or 3 to 4 probably more like. So make sure you get your battle pass done. I have a few tiers myself. I need to get the cosmetic. I still hate it that cosmetics are not transferable when you switch class. It sucks. Please fix it, Blizzard. I will not stop asking. That is literally the worst thing. I want to see that happen badly. Especially since we can't get the ones that are from previous battle passes on our other characters. All right, so we're going to get 40 more ranks of challenges, rewards. It's going to be the same as we know from battle passes. New battle pass, new skin, new ability to get the teleport and the frame if you want to buy the bigger, the $15 battle pass. I haven't been buying that. I've been going with the $5. And yeah, that's going to go until October 27th. Battle passes are pretty standard right now. We have a new Heliquary raid boss, Islek the Misshapen. Now, cool looking. I really like the artwork here. Actually, that could have been the thumbnail. It's not the thumbnail, but it could have been. We know how Heliquary works. We know that Warband's going to get enhanced rewards, but what's important right here, your combat rating is at least 6,175. Now, my combat rating, someone that played for 3 months, 3 to 4 hours a day, I think that's safe to say, have not spent a ton in game, around 250 bucks I spent in the game in the beginning. My combat rating is 4,000. Now, if you're watching, maybe your combat rating is higher. That's awesome. Good for you. I see this increase in combat rating consistently with every Heliquary boss. It's going to be difficult for people that are getting into the game. Like, they're not going to be able to experience this boss. Shoot, when the heck am I going to be able to experience it? 6 months? 8 months? So it's kind of like you gotta really sell someone on Diablo Immortal to get them to even be able to have an opportunity. Most people are only going to see LaSalle, and most people are never going to see LaSalle because of how casual mobile gamers are. All right, so then we have that. We have the Scoring the Darkness limited time event. So we have new events coming. Now, this is where I said, is there a new character coming to Diablo Immortal? See the skeleton back there? I pretty much knew that there was no new character coming. I wanted to see what the community had to say. But the mist surrounding the Silent Monastery of the castle might be faded, but now you find yourself lost, scoring the darkness for a path forward. Twisted beginnings, promises, curses for the weak, and power for the worthy tempt you to push further. Band together with your warband to complete tasks, get more rewards. Essentially, it's another in-game event that gets you more rewards. Perfect. I'm seeing more and more opportunities here for free-to-play players to get involved and to rank up and to get gear, which is good. Moving on, the Hungering Moon. Back for seconds. Notice it looks a little bit different right here. Hungering Moon is still going to work about the same. You can get 3 blessings per day. Those blessings can be put towards a legendary crest, and there was other rewards. I think you can get aspirant keys and maybe some other materials. I forget what they were. But really, everyone's shooting for that legendary crest. That's back. Easy to do. Another way for free-to-play players to get their hands on legendary crests, which I love the idea of. Crowned One's cosmetic set. This is not the Battle Pass set. This is an additional set. It reminds me of, and I don't even remember what the last Battle Pass set was because it's on my Barbarian and I can't wear it. Yeah, it's on my Barbarian and I can't wear it. So I never even wore that set. It looks like an Immortal set subdued drastically. It's like a wannabe Immortal set. I want to see something. I don't love it, at least from this art. Some people may love it, but coming from being an Immortal and having like the full Immortal set, this just doesn't meet that, I guess. This one's going to cost 1,000 Eternal Orbs. There is news on Eternal Orbs coming as well, which I'll get to. It's cool though. I mean, this one is not going to be part of the Battle Pass, so you could buy it if you like it. And I guess it depends on the character class that you are. Sometimes it'll look great in the Wizard, not good in the Barbarian, or, you know, however it's like artwork, man. Artwork is completely subjective. I love the, what was it? The blood one. The blood, I forget what it was called. I love that cosmetic set. It was my favorite one. I wish I could have it on the Wizard, but it was from a Battle Pass. I can't. Now, Nemo, he didn't like that one. I loved it. It's all, you know, it's up to debate because it's art. Update stuff. New legendary gems. Of course, we have the Blessed Pebble, a 1-star gem. That doesn't really matter. No one's going to really be using that. The Abiding Curse, a 2-star gem. Also, this doesn't really matter so much. No one's going to be using it. The one that does matter is the Frozen Heart new 5-star gem. When you take damage, activate a Frigid Shield for 6 seconds that chills enemy attackers and absorbs damage equally to 360% of your damage base damage plus 1458. Frigid Shield also grants your attacks a 60% chance to chill enemies. Cannot gain Frigid Shield more than once every 20 seconds. So this is kind of like Phoenix Ashes, but it doesn't save your life, but it does give you a bunch of buff for your life. So for me, I like my gems to just deal damage. More and more damage that I can get from gems. This one doesn't do that, except for if you're taking damage first. I don't know how I'm going to feel about Frozen Heart. I don't know if it's going to one that I sought after. I'll definitely try it if I happen to get it. We'll have to see. Developers note, legendary gems are a core part of any player's character, and we want to continue to provide more options over time that enable players to choose how they modify their builds. These are new legendary gems that have had a lot of general applications. We cannot wait to see how players engage. It's also a great way for them to make more money over time. Legendary crests are the huge way for them to make money for when you're trying to upgrade gems or buying things for platinum in the shop, which you could get platinum from buying platinum or from buying crests, getting gems, selling gems, getting platinum. It's good. It's good. Unless if it becomes to the point where the gems that came out with the game, the ones that we all know right now, become irrelevant because new legendary gems are just that good. And then we spent all this money, or Wales did, spent all this money on legendary gems that are no longer great. And then, that could be an issue. I don't think Blizzard would go to that level, but you never know. New set items, the Gloom Guides prize. So we have the 2, 4, and 6 piece. Remember, this is your secondary gear. 2 piece increases your damage done by 50% for 3 seconds after using a dash skill. Then 22.5 after using a dash. And then the Wave of Terror after dash. So dash skills. Who uses dash skills? Monks. Who uses a dash? Was it dash or was it charge? I don't know. They may be different. I'm not sure. But monks, if you're a monk, you're going to definitely benefit from this. There's other character classes that will as well. For me as the wizard, I don't use this. This set will not be one that I'm interested in. But again, every set is not for every class, and every set is not for every player that's playing the class that it may be for. Let me get a sip of this. There we go. So, new set, that's cool. They're still extremely hard to get. Legendary Crest improvements. After completing a Warband raid, players can now trade 1,600 platinum for 1 crest. It can be done once a week. That's an extra 4 legendary crests a month. Trade 200 platinum for a rare crest. It can be done 3 times a week. I would not trade platinum for rare crests. So that I'm just gonna move on from. But it's cool. Blizzard is making a conscious effort to make it easier for people to get legendary crests that are free to play. That's a fact. It's happening. Will they be able to get enough? Maybe over 5 years they'll have enough to do crazy things, but also depends on their pull luck. We got some improvements to defending the vault. There's going to be some type of a queue system. That's good. The Corvus Expedition variants. Corvus Expedition Immortal activities are gaining variants that can potentially activate during a run. Include surprise challenges, twists, and activities that are enhanced and additional rewards. This is cool. I like that they're not just forgetting about old things. Not that it's old, but not that they're just forgetting about things that have been built in the past, but they're improving on them, making them better and more exciting to play. Hero's Journey has gotten some additional chapters. That's great. And it can get you the Glorious Journey Portal cosmetic. Portal! I need a new portal because my portal is stuck on my barbarian and I can't get it. Cool. New bestiary entries. They're adding 20 new entries to the Herodric bestiary. Issue is I keep getting duplicates. I don't have my bestiary complete. And all I get is duplicates regularly. So I also don't care so much about the bestiary. I mean, I'd love to have it all unlocked. That would be kind of a cool feat. But yeah, I just want those upgrades on the XP. The grand market adjustments. The time frame in which players can buy any items you have up for sale has been reduced from 12 hours to 3. Awesome. The only way that you were able to get around this before was by purchasing the Boon of Plenty, which would allow you to be more quick with your purchases and things like that, give you more slots, etc. This makes it a little bit better for free-to-play players as well. There's an update to Eternal Orbs, a very small one. There's a reason for this. It has to do with something that's coming to the game or that's in the game, I'm sure, for how much it costs, like how the math works out. But for $5, you used to get 315 orbs. Now you're getting 320, 5 more orbs. It makes no difference, but it must mathematically equate to something when you're buying things that this is just, you know, better. And for $10 instead of $6.30, you'll get $6.50. We made it the change in the above Eternal Orb bundles on player feedback was short of being enough to purchase 2 legendary crests. All right, so there you go. You can't get 2 legendary crests from it. So now you can with the extra 5. Makes good sense. Takes us back to the top. That is the update. That's what's coming to Diablo Immortal. Was this worth missing our update 2 weeks ago? Is this as big as Blizzard said it was? What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments section below. For me, nothing groundbreaking, but many good things. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, enjoyed the walkthrough. I'll see you in the next video. Sub and ring the bell, and be good.